What is up, pimps? It's your boy Kree, and today we are dropping off a review of the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta statuette from GameStop. But this is actually more of a figure. We're gonna go ahead and now notice the box. It looks a little generic, but it's not. In fact, we've researched, and this Toei animation, they are in fact part of the actual licensing. It just looks very third party. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a font, but if you notice, everything is legit looking. All the writing is in Chinese, like everything except the actual names. For us poor Americans, I've seen one of these on the shelves, and that's what kind of made me want to check it out. I've opened it, but yet not all the way. So all I've done was crack the seal. You all are going to be able to see the actual process, how it looks. Pretty basic. Just a little. These goodies out. You got your standard base, figure, tail, and legs. Sealed. Each compartment is sealed. Now, this is not like the resin statues. Those are super expensive, and this is plastic, PVC. Let's start with the legs. Very, very detailed nonetheless. This does not look cheap. It feels pretty solid. And in fact, it is painted like its resin counterparts. Next up, the bust. Old Vegeta. Now, this story's been around for a while, but one of my friends, he's like a Dragon Ball junkie. He knows everything. I actually hit him up for insight and knowledge and everything, answers to my questions, and at one time, this has been out for years, I didn't know what this actually was. He says this is fur. So this is actually fur that's on his body. Also, the bust is painted just as if the figure would have been if it was a resin statue. We're gonna put it together. Now, something looks a little weird with the paint. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't notice this in the GameStop the other day, but there's some spots, like some flaws in the paint. I did not notice this in the store. Maybe it could have been this particular figure, I don't know. But so far so good. I mean, it's really cheap, $25. I didn't pay $25. The irony, I traded Dragon Ball Xenoverse for PS4 to lower the price down on that. I thought about gifting. My little boy, he's new to the whole Dragon Ball thing. He enjoyed the game. Me and him played Xenoverse Part 1 this whole weekend. Tail assembly, pretty simple. There's a key in there. Follow the holes. I'm guessing if I get there. Okay. So obviously the tail was meant to be curled around the leg, which gives it that nice, whatever pose he's doing, it's pretty serious. Maybe powering up. Last but not least, the base. Pretty standard, simple. Band Presto 2019, made in China. Now, we did look up the actual date. This figure is from this year. If you're familiar with the whole Broly movie that came out earlier this year, I think Dragon Ball is starting to get a whole jump start. But a lot of this stuff's already been out. But they say Super Saiyan Vegeta and Super Saiyan Goku 4 or whatever, it's not canon. It's GT. So, I don't know, folks. What do you think? Is this worth $25? If you're a serious Dragon Ball collector? For $25, it's quite a steal. I mean, look, the colors are just popping, dude. And this is supposedly the toughest one so far, outside of the God mode and everything. But for this is not bad looking at all. I say if you're a Dragon Ball enthusiast and you like this, go ahead and get it. It's worth it. Super cheap. Like I said, we're gonna look into the paint flaws. that could have been this particular figure. If there's anybody out there that actually has one of these, and they too see along the arms, there's like a darkening of the paint in the torso, let me know. I would love to know if this is a factory design flaw, or if it was just something that maybe the light's gonna pan out later, like when it gets more exposure to light, like outside. Like I said, the irony of this was I traded a copy of Xenoverse 2 to lower the price of this, so it was kind of win-win. I'm somewhat of a Dragon Ball fan. I've been on this kick. Sometime last year, I ended up incorporating the Majin Buu M for my initials, and then I started collecting this stuff. Kid Buu. I need to get the Fat Buu. There's also a chocolate edition. This little guy is the Fat Buu. I got him out of one of those, you basically take a gamble and get what you get, but I was able to fill him through the package. So anyway, fuck that shit. Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4.